Now, KZN emergency services personnel and healthcare workers want to save lives, but now they fear for their own. Paramedics have been robbed, assaulted and even shot at in the line of duty. The attacks have slowed down response time as many are reluctant to respond to certain areas. eNCA's Lethiwe Mdluli is talking to paramedics in and around Durban. Lethiwe, of course, this problem, a big one in KZN, but also nationwide. We have so many of these cases, and it's not a new issue, but it's something that seems to be escalating.
And you know, I've been speaking to unions this morning, and they were telling me about some of the experiences from healthcare workers in healthcare centers as well. They are saying that the crime issue is rising, and they are calling for the Department of Health nationally and also provincially to get involved. It's not only health workers, and unfortunately, even paramedics on the ground are faced with various crime issues. There are places that are considered as hotspots areas here in KwaZulu-Natal. In speaking to the unions, they mentioned places like Umlazi and also Inanda and also other rural areas. But right now I'm joined by Gareth Jemison from ALS Paramedics. I want to bring him in because he knows from first-hand experience how it's like to be on the ground. Gareth, thank you so much for joining us at eNCA. I mean, take me through some of the experiences that you've dealt with on the ground when it comes to crime and not being safe.
Yes, thank you for having us. Paramedics are constantly also concerned about safety. So obviously going into the hotspots, as you mentioned, people, we need to take care of our staff as well. So what we've had to do is, from previous experiences, where we actually have to try and get a police escort from the local police station, or if there's a security provider that will assist us in the area, they will then assist us and take us into the area. We've had incidents where we've been threatened for helping people. Obviously, sometimes the community, it could be a suspect in their eyes, and we've been threatened before. We've been rocks or bricks have been thrown at the vehicles, or bricks that have been placed in the road to try and what we assume is an attempt to hit it or hijack the vehicle, which we were lucky to actually get away with.
Yeah. What do you think needs to happen to try and solve these issues? Because you do have to help the people that call you out, and it's your job to go out there to those places, even though some of them are considered hotspot areas.
100%. When people call for an ambulance, normally it's an emergency, so we need to get there as quickly as possible. But due to safety concerns, we have to go via the route of SAP police station. So what would assist us is a quicker response by SAP. Mostly to escort us into it, because obviously they're also very busy, which then delays our time to get to a dying victim. So we do need some sort of security or some sort of police escorts. However, being in the private industry, it comes with a cost as well. So if we are to employ security for our vehicles, it's a massive cost that unfortunately the business has to then occur.
Yeah. And in terms of going out there, sometimes you get hijacked as well, you lose equipment. As a business, I'm sure you're losing out on a lot of money.
Yes, definitely. I mean, we've had equipment stolen on scenes. When our paramedics are busy and someone, it's an ambulance. So you'll have the back door open or the sliding door open, as you can see. People come past and take what they can. So we've definitely had ECG monitors stolen, and it was recovered in the point area in a flat where the police actually phoned us because it's labelled and said, this is your heart machine, which is valued at about 100,000 Rand.
Thank you so much, Gareth.
No problem. Thank you.
Well, there are a lot of problems that we're facing as society, but when people such as paramedics who are meant to be helping the communities, when they call them out, are saying that they are feeling not safe, I think government and also the police need to come into the fold and try and find ways. As you heard, there were instances where they were held up, their equipment stolen. When this happens, a lot of people that are calling out for help do not receive that help. So in speaking to the paramedics and also the unions, the one thing that they're saying is that they need government and also the health department, the police as well, to come in and help them when they're dealing with the situations.
Thank you so much for that update there. Lethiwe Mdluli talking to paramedics in KZN. Of course, they are fearing for their lives. Attacks have been increasing in that province, but also in other parts of the country. Like we said earlier, it's an issue that's been, it's been there. It's always been there, but now it seems like it's just been escalating.